I say 30 minutes. Looking at last game, it could be a much longer game than that.
I think the thing that IG have going from a little Newbee did in the previous game is actually this Viper pickup. The one big reason you see Viper in China is because teams love him as just a siege engine. You just put him by himself at the front. He plinks away at your tower. The damage isn't all that impressive, but it's just a hero that you can buy nothing but kind of tanky items on, and the other team just doesn't really want to engage. So, you know, if Ferrari gets up to the point where he's got his, say, mech, Ags, heart, something along those lines, then I think that's what IG are really trying to use to siege the high ground and be able to do what Newbee couldn't in the previous game, which is just chip away little by little and even make progress if it grinds into a stalemate right at the tier 3s.
Yeah, and especially if you have Drow Aura, then you really don't want to be tanking the Viper auto attack. So, alright, let's introduce our lineups here. Newbee trailing 0-1 in the best of 3. It is a double elimination format, I believe. So nobody eliminated off of this match, but they will drop down if they can't force this game through. You've got Sangsheng playing the Earthshaker, Banana on the Silencer. Heading towards top will be June, the Axe. You've got Rabbit taking up your Sniper Reno, and then heading towards the safe lane solo, at least to start, will be Moo on your Queen of Pain. On the dire side, IG, Faith, the Scar, the Mage, 430, the Viper, Luo, the Puck, it's Chuan, for now, rotating to block mid as the Lion, and up towards the top lane will be the B-Guy, Birdie himself on the Drow. So, they're gonna block the top lane early with the Shaker, try and pull the lane back for the Axe. Outside of that, everything looking fairly standard here. IG gonna transition into dual lanes, it seems, so they'll be running a Skywrath Puck. This will not be a fun lane for, well, I guess for either team. Both teams very strong in the laning stage here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, there's actually going to be what looks like a lot of contest. I thought the supports were considering coming in mid to do a little bit of zoning to start out this lane, but looks like they're just going to be leaving it as is. I think this shouldn't actually be all that great for Viper. He really struggles against heroes that can push the wave at decently, and Shrapnel is just fine, so could be interesting.
Yeah, already taking some harassment here as bottom lane. Faith also taking a lot. He drops very low early on. Not often you see a Skywrath get kind of bullied out of the lane from the 1 minute mark, but Shadow Strike plus the Curse of the Silent will do it. In the meantime, top, June taking Impale. They're trying to contest this pull, and at least early on should have a pretty good time of it, as they're going to bring the Shaker in. He's smoked up, wants to make a first blood happen, but it's not going to be easy, and now is revealed, is scouted out. Still, one fissure on this Skywrath and he will be dead, so needs to sit very far back, and looks like he'll be okay. As June's going to pull the creeps all the way down into the river, just wants to get that early experience, closing out on level 3. And if he catches this Lion out on his own, could get a lot of work done early on. Tron's got to be careful, no boots yet.
And Judy is just going to sit here and hold the range creep so that his creep wave sticks around closer to his tower, and then IG are going to lose a little bit of lane position. So not only getting some farm, but also some nice little things going on as well up here on top.
Well, seems like an even trade so far mid. 430 and Rabbit just trading blow for blow. Both heroes farming pretty well. The bottle will be... Actually, I don't know if either hero will get a bottle. For now, it's boots coming out for Rabbit. We see snipers mid sometimes skip it if their supports are rune controlling, and looks like both teams do have supports rune controlling. Tron's going to grab a bounty rune one side of the map, and then Banana will grab one down bottom, and now swings in. Can they make something happen here with the Shaker? They want to. Fissure to start. They're going to find Faith. Could well be your first blood. He tries to run. Curse of the Silent coming in. Moo dropping quickly, but not that fast. Even with the Drow Aura. Now they turn on the Luo. In a bit of trouble here. He drops the Silence. Looks like it may end up being a 2-for-1. One more swing of that totem. They got it. They got the kill. 2-for-1 exchange and a first blood going Newbee's way. As June will just skate back. Even with the Drow Aura.
Yeah, that was a long punch from the Earthshaker. Just barely got him there, but boots prevail. The one thing to talk about for this mid lane is that the Viper actually has Precision Aura, and throwing Shrapnel on him is actually not the best idea. You just get Corrosive Skin right back, and then the Viper just starts charging at you. So it's a little bit weird, but this is actually a really nice pick against the sniper. They didn't seem planned because of course the sniper was the 4th pick for Newbee, and the Viper was the 2nd pick for IG, but it's working out nicely.
Well, both teams had the same idea. As soon as the Skywrath comes in, already they're waiting with the fissure. So, of a singular mind here, it seems. But yeah, I guess at the same time, if you're a sniper, like shrapnel just brings you so much later on in the game that even if it won't do much on the laning stage, you still kind of have to max it out. They're gonna make their go here on Luo. He threw out the orb to try and harass Banana, and they end up paying with his life. The Curse of the Silent comes out. He will phase shift, but still goes down to the Shadow Strike. Man, this is not a lane that you want to be leaving somebody 1v2. At least not if they want to play aggro, and he gets punished.
Yeah, that was really weird. I thought he was just gonna try phase shift the end of the last word, but then he threw the orb and things just went haywire.
I don't think he expected the Queen of Pain to blink forward. It seemed like he was just expecting to trade blows with the silencer, but not the case. And now they're back to the dual lanes, but the damage seems already done. They've given up 3 kills in this lane as well as a first blood. It's going to be hard to stay on farm. Boots on both heroes. Meanwhile, your Skywrath mage just a lonely tango in a branch to deck out his inventory, and they're not done yet. They're going to bring Sanshane in again, although this time it is spotted out by a ward.
So the other big thing to keep track of this game is, I think the one big reason that IG did so on the previous game is that they had the safe lane axe. Brennan got his Blink Dagger up in less than 10 minutes and then was able to just run around, making space, finding kills, and letting the 2 big cores, which were the Sniper and the Bristleback, find their farm. This time around it's an offlane axe for June. Has had a decent start, but it could be a little bit more dangerous this game.
They make their fissure go on the bottom lane. Luo gonna get caught out and takes a ton of damage. Will end up just going down there from full health. They get the job done. This is a rough lane bottom, and they even have the ward here. They just were slightly out too far. Just not expecting the constant, fencing back in and out by Sanshane, and perhaps the boots that he picked up making the difference.
Radiant's top
Another kill going his way.
I wonder if they're even going to keep the Skywrath mage down here at this point. If Faithus might find greener pastures somewhere else, and
he tried to go mid.
Kind of hard lane.
They were ready for that. I don't know what you do. It's one of those things where it's like they just seem. It feels like Newbee are one slight step ahead of IG every step of the way in the landing stage, and the result is this mini snowball building up. Where I don't know what you do moving forward, but well, Chuan will be the objective next. They've gotten 4 kills bottom. Time to try and pick one up top. Shrapnel comes out. Chuan not even going to try to turn and run. He just stands his ground, chucks out an impale, but to no avail. And while that was going on, guess who struck again? Shaker finds a kill bottom. Moo on the chase now. Not going to dive it though. Does not have the level 3 scream. No mana for. Well, actually, does have 9 stick charges, so could maybe make a go here if they're not careful, but. The Shaker turned out to be a beautiful pick. Already, he's been involved in 4 kills out of 6, but right as I say that, the Caster's Curse comes into play and he'll end up dying. Still, he's had a great laning stage so far.
Yeah, Fry getting some good farm. The wards down bot as well from Newbee being pretty instrumental in finding that kill. Faith was just trying to get over and grab the rune, but rotation got spotted and they pincered him in. And this time around, IG gonna try and take advantage of those wards and smoke both supports bot. So the element of surprise playing in here a little bit, and they get Moo.
They have the level 2 silence on Moo, as well as a Hex to start off, and that is a very dead Queen of Pain. 3 hero rotation, they'll get the job done, but meanwhile mid, while IG were busy trying to be cute, Newbee just going the old-fashioned way, straight on, and they'll get a kill with the Assassinate. Bam! Right in the face. Now, gonna work on the tower, a little bit of chip damage. That was the big hero for IG that was doing extremely well, along with the Drow, of course, but for now, they do leave Burning alone. This is Treads, the first Wraith Band. Uh-oh. June, this could be an awkward time to walk in. Both heroes gonna spot each other. Ward gets dropped down, but it's under a Radiant Ward, and he'll just back off. Expect this to be dewarded, or abused in short order. Uh-oh, June, really? Yeah, he doesn't want to get caught by this lion, but does want to continue his jungle. As Bernie will strike first blood as far as towers go. He takes the tower top rather easily at that. It's pretty much an empty lane, it seems. Now Sangshane's going to take it over.
And Bernie actually just going back for a Midas. right now. So he's got that picked up on the courier. Just the recipe flying out right now. Bottom lane.
Uh-oh, Moo. Maybe he tries to turn and fight this though. The call comes out. Now the quad bolt over the top. The blink streak forward available in 5. He can hunt down Chuan. There is no mana, no stick. That is a dead lion. One more auto attack gets the job done. And on the river, Faith also on the run. Last word curse was silent, combined with an assassinate. Got him. Another kill for Newbee. They're just racking him up. 10 kills in 9 minutes. This is getting ugly.
This early game is going so well for them. Even Axe coming down bot to find that kill. That means his blink is actually going to be up really soon. And for IG, what can they do? I mean, they don't really have heroes that can move around all that much aside from the Puck, but he's really underfarmed at the moment, so he just kind of wants to sit and grab some creeps. We've got Burning with the Midas, so he's definitely hitting creeps, and well, Ferrari still can't really do a whole lot until he kind of picks up his mech or starts building up a little bit more survivability, so I think Newbee very content with how things are going right now.
It does feel kind of odd to see 430 on such a passive hero, you know. Not to say he can't get the job done when duty calls, but you'd love for him to be able to make some plays right now. Well, it's going to be the supports who need to. IG are smoked up. Faith and Chuan, this is their 3rd smoke of the game, I believe. Nothing available for 5 minutes. And let's see where they make their go. I really need this one to count, though. If they don't get something done here, it's going to be a long time for their next chance. They'll try to get in nice and close mid, but Rabbit, he knows something's up, and he's just going to back himself out. More wasted time for these supports, and, well, they may head top instead. Try and go on Shang. They do not have a finger, though, nor do they have a Mystic Flare. They'll need a full chain stun to get this kill. And if they went for it now, they would be dead, because there is a global silence on the field, and oh, are they going to try for it? They are. This is a very aggressive dive. That ain't happening. I'm not sure. They may not have... I think Banana was not level 6 when the smoking started, perhaps, and like by the time that they get there, it's like, well, we can't really go on anyone anymore.
Are we gonna dive Are we gonna dive a tier 2 for an Earthshaker? Probably not. Yeah. I mean, if they're paying attention as well, they're gonna, they know that Axe's got 2 assists. He's level 8. It's around the time that he's gonna have his Blink Dagger, which he does. So, and then there's also the pop out the scoreboard, see that Banana's level 6, and be like, well, we're probably not going to go into Global Silence either. But that's 2 big opportunities for Newbee to get something done, and they can jump in with the call, pop the Global, and there's very little chance of IG retaliating here. So actually, IG just all going to kind of group up.
The smoke comes. Rabbit showing himself mid, and well, nobody's home. IG are just chilling in the jungle, hanging out very defensively. The one thing for Newbee is they don't really push that fast, not until your sniper gets some items, so for now, if IG are off the map, it's not really being punished too much. They're gonna lumber towards bottom, Shaker in front,
Radiant's
they'll be scouted out by a dire observer ward, while IG, what's coming on the courier? That is gonna be a buckler and a morbid mass for burning. The buckler for the Viper, of course, so mech is coming soon, maybe some slight Roche potential. Once they get the mech, they definitely can walk into the pit. But for now, they gotta address the push bottom. And they don't have a blink on the puck to get in close and start the fight. There is really no great initiation here for IG. And you're going into a Shaker and Global. It's very difficult for them to defend.
And they know that the Axe blink is up now as well, so I think they want absolutely no part in this fight. They're only 400 gold away from the mech on the Viper, so I think going in now seems a little bit too risky, so they're just gonna let the tier 1 fall. Chuan gets a little bit of farm and a little bit of pushing done on top lane as well, but yeah, IG just kind of waiting for items at this stage.
The pushers become the pushies. They're getting bullied here. Now 4 heroes from Newbee trotting down the bottom lane. They did walk, I think, right back into observer ward range. Maybe didn't quite peek around that corner, but in any case, they were not scouted retreating into their own woods, so IG should be suspicious, and you can see that they're hanging rather far back. They'll use the puck orb to farm. This will be a good time to go, and they're not going to find that opening. They'll back off. Just show Moo, let them keep on farming. And it is back to the woods, as you mentioned, where the mech is now picked up, burning. We'll see if he wants to go straight into that Mask of Madness. For now, up to 1,300 gold, perhaps the Blink Dagger or the Yasha will be the next choice. It's a decent BKB game, but I'm not sure if that's the item that Burning will have in mind. Feels like this is a go big or go home game from your Drow right now. Nobody else really dishes out much damage. They're gonna need him to carry hard.
Yeah, I think you just have to hope that your Puck and your Viper are enough of a wall. I don't know if you can afford to go for more defensive items.
Let's see, he did spend his gold on something. It is gonna be the Yasha, it looks like. Gets the Blade of Alacrity. So now Newbee make the move again. 2 Axe Illusions, scouting the high ground. 1 trots down into the lane, gonna poke its little head out. A little bit too obvious. I don't think IG are gonna fall for this one. They also have a ward on the rune, so they know something's fishy here. But in the meantime, they're losing their tower, and they're not split pushing. They're just an empty top lane being farmed by Burning. No tower nearby. Mask of Madness done up with a rabbit, and the Radiant will strike back. They get 2 towers to 1. Now, having the tower lead without having the pushing lineup shows you the importance of having that early blink initiator. Now, IG just gonna continue to play keep away. They'll TP Burning now. Chuan's just gonna run away. Fortunately for him, the axe did not cut him off. It looked like he was going to. He's cutting off with an illusion. And now they're gonna go for a tower trade. But at this point, it's gonna be a 3-2 tower lead potentially. If Newbee can just push this top lane quickly enough. No, they want to fight. They don't want to be tower trading. They want to be using this Blink Dagger to great effect. As Luo will show himself. Probably want another hero to come in before they go for this Blink call. Orb was shot out. It is going to cancel the Blink, but does not scout him. Oh, June. This is the time to strike. Blink, call to initiate. Fissure to follow up. They have an Echo. Chop not going to connect, though, because he got silenced. Now the coil. Great play by Luo. Phase shift away. He still gets dunked. The global came out rather late. But just in time anyway to secure their kill. And now 430. Oh, gonna find Banana in the woods. Is he in range for any sort of slow? Just short. Now back to the main fight where the Queen of Pain comes in, lays into Chuan. Doesn't get the kill just yet. Burning goes to work, but he gets stunned. Focused by Sign There is no Echo Slam, though. The backsteps here. They might start racking up the kills. Banana with the TP out. 1, 2 more auto attacks. Can't get the job done. That last arrow following him back to the well, but he will end up surviving. Living to tell the tale as Jude looks to go in again. He's got a fresh dunk. Blink said to the trees, if they push one more wave, he's jumping in, but they do not push one more wave. They back right the hell off.
Well, IG at the very least getting some good experience out of that fight. Unfortunately, the one big item that they need is this Blink Dagger on the Puck, and I think Luo's game has gone much worse than IG were expecting. And Newbee just put so much pressure on that bottom lane, and even just from IG having 2 heroes down there, you could tell that they were just expecting it to kind of go even, you know, the Puck not falling too far behind, but now they're just desperate to catch him up and get that going.
A little skirmish in the river. June got the initiation. They do manage to sneak the Roche here for IG, though. Well worth it just to give up a Skyrat for that. But let's see if they give up more kills. They lay into 430. They may pop the Sages quickly. He does have corrosive skin, but still close to assassinate range with the fissure follow-up. Another... Oh, he's completely pinned in. They got him trapped in the corner, and they'll call him once. They'll kill him off. Now they want to get out, it looks like. Blue blinking forward does not have his ultimate. Coil on to 3. This could be the big turnaround IG need. They get 1, 2 kills. Now hunting up Saint into the pit he goes. No TP, though. No way out. Burning's going to collect his bounty. That'll be 3 heroes pitting the deck now for IG.
Oh man, that started off as, hey guys, free Aegis pop, and ended in utter disaster, so there you go.
We got him! Oh wait. Round 2.
We're trapped.
That was a really sick fissure, but unfortunately they just had nothing left at that point. Now the globals cool down. Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, good news for IG. Luo almost has his Blink Dagger at long last, so comes up big in that fight with the coil, and gonna have some more opportunities soon. I think Newbee, despite losing that, still...
There'd be a better way. I feel like you should be able to just choose the data center that works for you. I don't know. Maybe Valve with security reasons, or Perfect World does for not Valve, but Perfect World for not wanting to do that. Banana's gonna walk right into Faith. Wanted to go for the big solo kill plays, but looks like it'll end up just being a big feed as he goes down in the end. Looks like he was trying to plant an observer ward mid, but he could have tried to just walk away, but tries to get the quick pick on the silencer with high ground vision. Does not end up happening.
Banana even gonna fill up his urn a little bit from his death and just heal himself right back to full. So it gets a little bit of a laugh in there, and 2 int to boot. So that was a pretty
that's
pretty
insult
nice
to injury
thing.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry silencer coming soon. All right. Well, IG they've made a strategic choice here. They don't think they can end the game anytime soon. They're gonna buy a Midas now in 430. Double Midas coming out. Viper already has his key levels. Sure, it's nice to finish maxing out these 3 spells, but at this point, this is much more about just farming up for late game. And it's not the scariest late game on paper, but if IG can take that next Roshan, maybe find a few good ganks with this Puck Blink Dagger, maybe he gets a Midas too after it. Perhaps they can take it late to some extent, though. I think would you favor Newbee there as well? It seems like in terms of lineup, they should have the edge.
Yeah, I think I do favor Newbee at least a little bit. The Viper can definitely get very scary, especially with the precision aura. I mean, you could imagine a build from here going like Ags, Heart, AC, even something like a Butterfly after that. So he is going to output pretty good damage, but actually, I'm not even sure. A lot of it comes down to the Puck. If the Puck somehow gets the jump and they prevent, even one hero on Newbee not getting their abilities off, then that's amazing. If Newbee are getting the jump with Global Silence, then I think, I think late game that just trumps everything for Newbee there.
Yeah, that's where late game IG are going to need a Hex, because at some point this sniper will go to BKB. It looks like Sanjay Yasha for now for him. Queen of Pain has already completed her BKB, and your Blink Hex can still be the solution for the Lion as well. He's picked up a Blink too. But they are going to jump in mid now. On to 430 they go. Fresh Shiny Midas or not. They're going to try to bring him down. Pop the mech. They commit everything. And boy, did they need it. That required every little spell they had in the repertoire to bring him down. Except the global, I guess. No global required.
Yeah, so Newbee just kind of, just pushing control on the map. Looks like they are not all too afraid of IG. And if they've seen these Midases as well, this is actually a pretty big window of opportunity for them to go and get something done.
Impale coming out along with the finger. Nice jump there. They quickly assassinate the sniper before the global can even come out. That was a very short window to get it done. The big thing there, Chuan's Blink Dagger revealed. They did not know about it before that fight, and it catches them off guard. Nice pickoff. And on the sniper of all heroes, that gives them a lot more time to farm up here. And thanks to his Midas, Burning is pulling ahead by a sizable margin, now up to 11,000 gold. Gonna pressure down the mid lane. Not sure if they want to commit here. The global is on cooldown, and Sniper is dead, but they don't have the full 5-man squad in position. So they're gonna back off and head for sunnier pastures up top in their jungle.
IG always do so well about giving Chuan the space to farm up the Blink. I mean, other teams as well, but I feel like it's just always very consistent for Chuan's Lion. So, a part of it is faith. He's very willing to play just a totally sacrificial support and buy all of the items so that Chuan can get some space, but they can definitely make a lot of plays with this Lion Blink. And in a lot of ways, I think the current IG with with this line reminds me a lot of the old DK. How even if the game was going badly, they would just run around with Lion and some other hero and just control the whole game.
Yeah, Chuan and Faith are playing a lot more like Lanham and MMY used to as a duo. It did not feel like they had this playmaking potential when Faith was missing from the fold. And to be fair, when he was with the team before things kind of went south, or when they were going south, they weren't playing this well. But sometimes you just have to be separated from your loved one to see what you're missing. And Faith and Chuan separated for a while, now back together. They seem to have some kind of be reinvigorated and have a fresh lease on life. It probably helps having Bernie in the carry seat. I imagine that makes you a little more confident in your team. Oh no. Oh no. Jude completely caught out. He was spotted by a Dire Observer Ward grabbing the rune bottom, and now they know that area's warded. But in the meantime, Sang Shang's turn to find a solo kill. He goes in with his own freshly revealed Blink. Solo kills the Puck. 1 for 1 around the map.
Slammed him.
Brutal game. Just all these. Hey, guess what? I've got a Blink Dagger too. Bam! Easy kills.
Lots of jockeying for position on the map right now. Roshan's still down for about a minute and a half. Rabbit has actually picked up an SNY. I thought he was going to go sort of all-out aggressive build with his phase boots and his Mask of Madness, but does at least grab a tiny bit of survivability with the SNY. And it's actually Burning who's just tanking up on his Drow right now. He's gone for an SNY, and his next item is going to be BKB.
All right. Well, maybe we even see him go into like a Scotty next, just for additional stats and survivability. It's a surprisingly decent item on Drow, considering that she does have the Frost Arrows already. But it seems to work out anyway. Eternal Envy was the player who went for it first. Maybe at least in the top pro scene. Maybe it was Eternal Envy or Arteezy. I can't remember which, but there was a point where they were even going for like the Maelstrom on Drow on top of it, so they'd have 4 orbs on one hero and still make it work. That was pretty funny, but for now, needs a little more farm if he wants to go that route. I don't think we'll see Birdie getting the Maelstrom, though. More likely, if he gets a big damage item, it'll be like the Butterfly or the Daedalus. Maybe an MKB, even.
Butterfly's just so good. I mean, you're so much damage for yourself, and then the whole team's benefiting a lot as well. But like you said, we'll see what he goes for. He does definitely have options from...
Oh, move! Aggressive Blink. He's gonna reveal his Blink, his BKB. It feels like every time someone gets a new item this game, they're like, okay, I'm gonna show you what I got in my back pocket now. First the Blink Daggers, now the BKB, and every single item reveal so far has led to a kill for that team. Now they want a siege. Luo, though, may find Shang. No, he blinks away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A little moment there, but with the global online, it's not the fight you want to be taking.
Dire's structures
what is the play here for IG? They get a little bit of push down
Dire's
bot.
middle tower
Burning at least applying a tiny bit of pressure there, and he's actually just TPing straight back in. The positioning on that TP, I think, even makes Newbee think that the puck is right about to jump them and something weird is about to happen. So they're just okay, we're out of here. No Queen of Pain BKB, no Sonic Wave. We don't want to take a full-scale engagement right now. So IG do guys defend them off.
And it's funny because IG did not seem like they wanted to fight. Bernie was just split pushing bottom, does TP back, but more as in case they really force it kind of measure. So it ends up working out in a slightly weird way for IG.
Yeah, so definitely some minor mind games and Newbie psyching themselves out a little bit, but just back to farming for the time being, it would seem. So those Midases are kicking into gear little by little for IG, and the Queen of Pain, especially with this BKB as a first item, is not flash farming particularly well. It does make a pretty big difference compared to picking up your Orchid first, just having that little bit of extra mana for moving around, a couple of extra screams here and there to clear out some camps. So there is still, I think, a little bit of economic damage being done to...
Oh, again, Shang going in for the solo kills. Blake Echo gets the job done on Fate. That is 2 now for the Shaker. 5, 3, and 5. He was involved in 4 kills early, I think 4 out of their first 6. Then he died, but ever since then, he's just been rocking around. That Blink pickup really making the difference, though. It's Tron's turn to strike, perhaps, if he can get the Blink Hex here. Could get the job done. Luo, Figure to start. The Global comes out, though. They can't follow up. Mu, though, dropping low to this. Has to blink out. One more auto attack would have finished him. He wanted to turn it, but just a little bit too low to make it happen. Now they might find Luo anyway, though. Blink. Battle Hunger. No follow-up. Couldn't get the Shaker over in time. He's off in no man's land bottom. Alright, well, now Maelstrom coming out for Rabbit. We're going to see our Sniper starting to get some big damage items. This is a fairly cost-efficient one. In the meantime, Burning... What is he going for next after this BKB? Oh, Blink Dagger, that's right. A lot of mobility for Burning now. And it looks like another Aegis for this team. They'll probably give it to 430 because Burning is lacking room. And he'll just continue farming his way up. I don't really feel like they can kill the Viper twice too easily, Cameron, to be honest. If they catch him out on his own, but if he's in a team fight, and they're not able to also hit other heroes with those big spells like the Echo and the Quap Bolt, then round 2 is going to be very tough against this Viper.
Yeah, and you're never going to catch somebody with the Viper either. I think that's the big thing about the Blink Dagger, or especially the Blink Dagger on the Drow, but obviously with the Blink Dagger on the Puck and the Lion as well. They don't have to be anywhere near the fight. They don't have to be anywhere near the sieging Viper. And that means that Newbee, if they're jumping in with the smaller AoE spells like Echo and Call, then they're only getting him. And IG coming in from the side here as well.
Oh, they know. They so know. They see the Viper mid, they're like, no way is this guy alone. They actually had a ward here which just expired up near the Ancient, so it would have seen the smoke. But I think it did expire just a little bit before the smoke happened. Still though, they're gonna get their pick anyway. This was not expected apparently. And gonna go with the initiation onto Moo. He turns with the ultimate, hits 2. Luo gonna fall off the bat. It's a 2-for-0 exchange, but now Bernie gets into the front line. Plays into Banana. He'll pop this BKB. Taking those annoying little low ground auto attacks though from the sniper. And he's in pretty deep. I think Bernie may just gets chopped. That was such an awkward angle for IG to come into. Like, Sniper just happily plucking away at them from the low ground. Good Blink Call counter initiation, and, well, that was without even having to use a global for Newbee. They do hold on to their ages, so the next fight could be a little bit sweeter for them, but, man, that did not go their way.
They just wanted to get in and first move, but like you said, that call counter initiation was perfect, and that's something that Newbee have in spades. And then they've got Fisher, they've got Blink Call, they've got Global. You can't catch everybody, so I feel like that was just a really risky play from IG trying to force it up onto the high ground there.
Now they're gonna start farming some enemy ancients here for Newbee, try and continue to map control. The one item we have not seen yet, which I guess there's no great carrier for, is a gem. At one point this game, I feel like there were like 8 sentries, 6, 7 observer wards littering the map, but still nobody has found fit to pick one up. There's no Bat Rider in the game, there's no Storm. No great gem carriers, but it does feel like a game where map control is making the difference. That smoke could have gone even worse for IG. There was a ward here, like split seconds. It was right around the time when they went for the smoke. I think it had already expired, but and I think for Newbee that was just, well, they're all missing. They're showing Viper mid. They're probably smoked behind him or nearby, but they could have very easily just been directly spotted out as well. So maybe time to consider investing in one.
Moo and Sunshine. Scoping out top. Burning's a little bit suspicious that something is going on, but he still wants some creeps. You gonna go for it?
He's just inching forward. Can I just get one creep? Just one last hit? No, I can't. It's too dangerous.
I think it's partially because Chuan puts this ward up on the high ground here, and they're like, wow, the Radiant jungle is totally empty. Where are they? They have to be top. So Burning's gonna take the more cautious approach. Rabbit might be caught, however. Is he spotted by that ward? No, but he's going to be spotted now.
Oh, he's spotted by the creeps. Oh, Blake impaled to start fingering a follow. Holy crap! That was like over half his health instantly from the finger, maybe even 2/3, and they force out the global is the big thing. Now IG, not only do they get a kill, but they can push forward. They just kill so damn quickly. There's no chance to global. I wouldn't even say it's fair to say that Banana's late. He's got like a half a second to react. The loose Shang now as well. Tried to do a bit of D-warding, but IG's aggressive ward's paying off as they look to close out Newbee 2-0.
As their Viper goes blinking into the backlines. It's not something I see very often, but you know, there you go.
And flapping his way forward. He's got the aegis. I'm with 30 feeling confident.
30 seconds, but they're here at the right time, so tier 3 damage, here we go,
There's a call to start from June, follow up onto Burning, heavy commitment for your Drow, they'll get him. Now 430, the last big carry left standing, trying to do it on his own. Looks like he's getting the job done though, at least for now. It's a 3-for-1, and they will be forced back, concussive shot coming out, Moo pretty much out of mana. Blink Scream onto Chuan, just enough to get that follow-up kill in the Lion, so make it a 3-for-2 in the end. As IG still hold their Aegis, now probably feeling like they should have given it to Burning, because that's twice now he's died with no Aegis, where at least once he may have lived to fight another day.
It was just a little bit of a weird situation because they had a very short time left on the Aegis, so they were just trying to take advantage of the of the death of the sniper as much as they possibly could. I think otherwise, if they have longer, they just leave Ferrari as the one up on the high ground auto-attacking, but IG once again kind of pushing things when it comes to greed, you know, same as this play that they made up on the high ground earlier towards the tier 2, really just trying to push the envelope as much as they can, but Newbee with all that initiation and all the counter initiation are punishing them quite a bit for it.
Spirit echoes.
For now, IG backing off. They're gonna just settle down a little bit, maybe wait for that next Roshan before they go for some future aggression, and at long last, we will see a gem coming out. 33 minutes. Pretty late to not see a gem before now in Chinese Dota, but again, I feel a lot of it is just down to not having great gem carriers in either team. Everyone's fair. I don't think there's anyone who's like, oh, that hero's not going to die this game. If everybody's got at least one death, and outside of the silencer, we're looking at quite a few. And some of these heroes, 6, 7 deaths, definitely not good candidates. For now, IG gonna try and get even more map control. Try to make sure they have Roshan control. They're flying around with the courier to do a little bit of high ground scouting. Just prepping up for that next stages, and we'll have to see if Newbee try to contest this. They do smoke, and despite the aggressive wards, they don't have one that scouts this particular rotation. They're gonna make their way down towards mid and wrap around onto IG.
IG gonna do? Ferrari gonna send an illusion poking out. He kind of suspects, I think, a little bit. Yeah, not gonna fall for it. Book not broken.
They have the Blink Echo. Bernie would be a juicy target, but it's a little tough to go diving into that tier 2 tower.
It was a pretty decent smoke, given that they had absolutely no vision whatsoever of what IG were up to.
That was the only angle to go for. If they went like over into the jungle over this way, they wouldn't have gotten anything.
What are they up to? They've got their BKB up on Rabbit, and looks like they want to try and get some sieging done. Sunshine even going to go get in position over at the side, and it looks like IG not willing to try and run up this choke point. They're just gonna leave the tier 2.
That's pretty big for Newbee. That tower, very important for Roshan control. And now they're gonna ping out the Ancients. Roche could be respawning just about now. I didn't actually see the timer. Do you know how much longer it has? Or?
No, I didn't see the early clock, so I guess we'll just have to find out right now.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. There you go.
Okay. So IG probably fairly happy with this. If it spawned right now, that may have been something Newbee could have tried to sneak on them, but Newbee not really the best Roshan lineup in their own right, so they may have to win a fight before they can walk into the pit. For now, they're just going to back off to the woods.
The Queen of Pain is really caught up. Moo's got both an Orchid and he's got his Aghanim Scepter on the courier right now. And also Newbee picking up a gem of their own, so Newbee going to respond back in kind, and the map's going to get very dark for both teams. Though we might, I don't know, we might even still see IG trying to pick off plays. They still have a little bit of vision remaining for the time being as well.
They're making their way towards top. They drop down a freshly planted observer ward, and the courier is on the retreat. So too is 430. They're really trying to rat it out a little bit here for IG with the puck and the double and the triple blinks on the cores, plus the blink on Chuan. It feels like every time that Newbee try to group up one side of the map, aside from that one fight bottom, or that one tower take bottom, IG, they've got somebody on the other side of the world ratting away, split pushing as aggressively as possible, and just trying to slow the game down. Continue farming, continue to let those Midases go to work for them, and on the back of it, it's been a fairly close, even game. We're looking at a net worth lead of about 1,000, an experience lead of 2,500. A lot of it does feel like it hinges on this next Roshan. Should IG manage to hang on to it, they're in good shape, and oh, Rabbit. He was off on his own a little bit. Now the concussive shot comes out, so too does the BKB Global. Big commitment as Bernie will go in during the Global, but it's into 3 heroes. He'll take a Queen of Pain on. He's just going to sack himself. Not a good start here at all for IG. Bernie could fight back for this. Can they get it done with just the Viper? They're going to lose a 3rd hero. Still they press forward. 2v4, but why the hell not? No Global, no Queen of Pain. Oh, they feel like they can fight. They've got the sniper killed. Well, it's going to be a 4-for-1 exchange. A sniper for almost the entirety of the IG Vanguard. They all drop. And that will be a Roche take, at least attempted now for Newbee. I'm a little surprised they kept on pushing in there. It felt like they could have just sacked the one Skywrath mage and just backed off, but Base Kids, they wanted to commit. And they paid it.
I thought it was going to be like, oh, they got the global and the BKB for just the Skywrath mage. That's going to make it really hard for Newbee to fight Roshan. I mean, it was a 2-minute respawn as well, so if you're IG when the global's used around that time, you have a rough idea that you can probably, you can probably go and secure the Aegis without those two things being up, but like you said, Burning was just right on the front line, started right-clicking straight away, and I think IG just not in the positions that everybody thought they were in as they committed for that fight. That's a huge loss. Rapid gonna make his buyback somewhat worth it with the Aegis grab, and I guess IG just once again gonna have to resort to those blink rat tactics and try and keep this stalled. Wait out that Aegis if they can.
Yeah, fortunately they do have the items and the heroes to somewhat get the job done. They have itemized and just generally strategized to try and avoid these. What's going on here with the Skywrath? What am I missing something? What's
He's
the
just
Arcana?
dewarding.
Why is there an Arcana confirmed? I don't get it. Well, meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. I missed the whole time. My bad. Oh, these other casters throw me for a loop. But they will get a counter kill on move, so it's it turns out to be a 2-for-1 pop. And the Shaker also fully making a 3-for-1. So much for having that Aegis, huh? All of a sudden, they just lose everybody. Time to push.
And Viper hurts when Drow is alive. That's the message, I think. That's the other big thing about that fight. Burning going down second means like Ferrari hits. He still hits hard, but not nearly as hard.
And they may lose another hero, Rabbit. Oh no, he does have his BKB and Aegis. No puck ags just yet, so no way to stop that retreat. Still, it's 3 kills. It's a tower, and it's a lot of time bought for IG now, who, despite all that's happened, they immediately re-seized their lead. So now, about 1,000 gold lead again. They had given up about 2,000 in territory there. Experience down to even. Just a continuous pressure. Now up to 4,900 gold on Burning. They do get the puck eggs completed. And this will be a real problem for the Sniper, potentially, in the upcoming fights. No longer can he just BKB and run away. As the Blink Bros come rushing in, they'll bring down Banana. No buyback for a minute. IG playing with a little injection of aggression here in the mid-game. And it seems to be just what the doctor ordered for a potential 2-0. They're gonna lay into the tower. Newbee up against it now. I don't know if IG go for the GG just yet.
Middle tower has fallen.
They do have to worry about they don't know that buyback's not available more than anything, and they're gonna play it safe. Back out for now.
If they just wait out the Aegis and then they go, then they know that Sniper doesn't have buyback because he bought back to get the Aegis. So I think that's the big thing that they're waiting for. And Newbee honestly just playing a little bit sloppy against all of these blinks. I think at that point with heroes down, you know, there's very little reason for Faith to be right up underneath the tower, but it's just the illusion of safety. It's like, oh yeah, my tier 2 tower's here. No way they're gonna dive that, and then in come 3 blinking heroes who right-click you to death in 2 seconds flat.
It does remind me a little bit of the old IG, like back after TI2, they were known for kind of pioneering the face rush strategy, as it was so called, and I wouldn't say this is a face rush draft nor a face rush strategy, but more just they're not afraid to just like make a really aggressive, risky play, something that you would expect to see out of that's interesting, out of a lot of the CIS teams, but not so much out of most Chinese teams. But this at least not out of the old IG. But this is the old IG, and they're getting the job done now. And that one little exchange there suddenly shoots them up to a 7,500 gold lead, about a 4,000 or 5,000 experience lead. And they're just going to wait out the Aegis at this point. As soon as that Aegis is down, we may even see them go on the offensive. But I do want to ask you, Basekit, what are your thoughts on this Ethereal Blade Drow Ranger? This is not the item that the Drow normally gets. Normally it's the Butterfly.
It's more stats, and if you coordinate with your supports right, it's actually so good this game. You just Ethereal, I mean, you just call out, right? I'm Etherealing whoever's hexed, basically. If Tron finds a Blink Hex, you drop the Ethereal, you drop the Finger, you drop the Mystic Flare. Nothing is surviving. So as much as it's a little bit unorthodox, I actually really like it from Burning here. It was not immediately apparent to me, but there's a lot of very good reasons to grab it this game.
Yeah, they do have the Finger as well as the Mystic Flare. Those two very high burst damage spells. So it could be, and that seems to be how they're winning a lot of the fights, is just these instant initiations where they blow somebody up so quickly that they can't even global in time. And, you know, you just literally got to hit the button on your keyboard to global. So, you know, there's no positioning required, no setup required, but still, it's been tough for Banana to keep up. So in that sense, it is a very cool diversion, and of course it does give you a little bit more agility to work with than the butterfly does. The 40 is a nice bonus, so it can also be disassembled later on. That's something else to keep in mind. If he feels like he needs the butterfly, it's not committed into an E-Blade for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and Ferrari is going to hit so hard now. He's got a plus 78 from the Precision Aura, so clearing at Ancient's no problem, and he's got a butterfly of his own. It's just going to be Viper blinking right on the front lines, popping Manta, popping BKB, and just killing heroes, really. That's...
Oh, close call here for 430. He's able to barely retreat out. And he'll chill for now. It's going to be that dance for the next Roche, it seems. A couple of minutes to go, but already the team's doing their pre-mating ritual. You know, they're making sure their hair looks good, put on a little cologne, you know, kind of get ready for the big night out, and, you know, we'll probably see some wards come down in short order here. For now, neither team an amazing Roche lineup in general. It does feel like they're both lineup, as far as, like, fighting around the pit. Obviously, IG very good at killing the big rock, but they're the team more likely to just try and sneak in and grab it. Newbee more rumbling for a big fight before the Aegis comes out.
Newbee just... their high ground defense is still really good, and I think that's the one thing that IG are running into a little bit here. They just really want to use these blinks to find some random pick off, and then that'll open the path up onto the high ground. But Newbee playing very similarly to IG in the previous game, just being very disciplined, just sitting up inside their base, not presenting any opportunities.
Well, they're fine with this, though. It's not like Newbee's doing anything. They're hiding in their base. They're getting out-farmed. They're also not really getting much in the way of vision up. They have the one ward near Roshan, but at some point, in theory, they should get D-ward. I think the gem's back on the courier now. Yeah, it's time to dust off that trusty old gem and put it to work. Faith will grab it. He's going to start up in the top side of the map, but it's really bottom where he should look to go. There's only the one obs here and a bunch of sentry wards littering the Radiant jungle. But as the game moves along, Cameron, you know, we talked about who's going to have the better late game lineup, and, you know, at first I was feeling like Newbee should on paper, and I think you started off the same way, and then you're like, well, I'm not really sure. It really depends on who gets the better initiation. But just looking at the items now, it doesn't feel like Newbee's items match up for a late game brawl. The sniper has very mid-game items. There's no, like, MKB or, you know, big damage item like a butterfly to call his own, and this Ethereal Blade Drow with 5 ranged heroes plus a Super Stack Viper, it's starting to feel like because of the item advantage, IG may just have the late game edge.
Yeah, and I think the Blink Daggers are the other big thing. There's just very few ways for Newbee to protect their sniper. I mean, as much as you've got Axe and Earthshaker, it just doesn't matter. IG can still just get big damage on top of your sniper almost no matter what, so Rabbit's positioning is going to be really, really crucial. Again, if they can somehow, you know, get the jump and cancel the blinks and lay down the shrapnel and Rabbit just gets to open up, then that's great. But the other thing that could happen is just somebody on IG manages to sneak past with their blink and just blows them up. So we'll see. I think I am starting to favor IG a little bit, but we're at that point of the game where both teams only have tier 3s, both teams, you know, clear out towers decently quickly, and it could just come down to one botched fight, one good smoke, one good global, all kinds of things could happen from this.
Well, they dropped an obs, but they did not D-ward despite having the gem on Faith, and as a result, they'll get quickly deprived of their precious vision around the pit. They now plop down another observer ward, but this one too potentially could get removed. Though I think it's pretty uncommon to see a ward here as well as here, so that may not be something that Newbee expect. Those 2 wards on the cliffs across the way at the Roche pit. They're gonna hang back now though. IG, they know the importance of this next fight. And the other big thing at this stage of the game, it is buybacks. And looking right now...
And Boots of Travel buybacks as well.
Yes, that too. 3 big buybacks on IG, only a Queen of Pain buyback for Newbee. They are going to smoke, and they rally towards the bottom lane. Burning in front, he's the one to get caught out here to start. He does have the shotgun to try and maybe keep himself alive. No, sorry, insta buyback required. As Moon rushes forward, Viper though has more damage now. Drow has rejoined the fight, and now it'll be sanctioned on the run. Banana also trying to retreat out. They call the puck, looking to isolate him. Chuan just going to work with auto attacks. Moo here. Now your Mystic Flare comes out. They'll bring down the Queen of Pain, trying to limp away as the Axe is 430 is still healthy through it all. Survives with hardly a scratch, and well, buybacks will make the difference here. They only need the one on the Drow is the beautiful thing. And I think this is where maybe you can just give Birdie an Aegis or at least a cheese to call his own, even if he has to drop that Mask of Death. That'll be the choice.
Yeah, I mean, IG just kind of using their gold advantage so well. They went into that fight and they knew that they could lose 2 cores right at the very start and still have buybacks and still win the fight and still take Roche. So it's the thinking one step further ahead. Even if Newbee somehow gets a good jump, IG still have a backup plan if things go bad. And it's totally worth it to trade a buyback to, just to end up with the Aegis in your inventory.
Well, do they push now? They may try for it. 5 heroes clustering towards mid, everybody healthy. They even are ferrying out some salves here, just to ensure they can get into the base as quickly as possible. Well, speaking of getting in quickly, Chuan tries to. Now he needs to get out quickly, very low. And heroes will respawn momentarily. The tower's gonna drop, he's kind of hanging out on the high ground. But this should be a later Rex here. IG may be able to close out this series 2-0. Now lurching towards the top side of the map, Burning. Gonna get the job done here as well. Looks like Glyph already used the tier 3. Falling. And now they got him out their defense. They pretty much have no more time. They got to go right now. Blink call onto 430. Burning holds the Aegis. Will not be the target. Ethereal Blade used on Sang-Cheng, but that will prevent his initiation, at least for now. So he forced Staff Echoes in instead. Burning caught on his own. Viper not able to survive through this. They'll get the dunk on Burning and the Aegis. Now Pop, can they bring him down a second time? Assassinate comes out also, ending the life of you. Skywrath Mage all around the map. They're just getting slaughtered. He does manage to kill off the Drow. They even lose their gem to boot. As the Skywrath, his bloody corpse hitting the deck outside of the fight. They did have to double buyback there on the Earthshaker Queen of Pain. And IG, there's one on the puck. Just to hold this bottom lane. Man. They didn't get the cheese on the Viper. And for some reason, I thought they were going to cheese pass to him, but he didn't have the inventory slot and just never had a chance to get it off.
Yeah, he just bought a Daedalus as well. I think that was a pretty...
It's a pretty cocky item.
Yeah, I think so. Alright. IG might get punished for it.
Newbee, though, they know that the Drow just died back. She does not have another life. And that is a lot of IG's damage output. You will get 5 ranged heroes, well 4 with him dead, and nobody having the Drow aura. Newbee gonna surge in all of a sudden. What looked like an easy 2 lanes of Brax and then just back away for IG. Not so easy anymore. They may not even try to fight this despite all the buybacks. They're gonna sacrifice mid. And perhaps they'll rotate to defend as the second lane comes under pressure. Unless Rabbit goes for Throne. Is he going Throne? No, he's gonna chip away at the top tower. And IG are getting punished heavily. Now the cheese is on 430. No blink though. So he's got to walk in as Quan will initiate blink. Instantly gibbed and brought down. They now look for the puck. Yules to chuck him up. He will silence as the global comes out and try to retreat 430. Can he do it alone? It doesn't seem like it. Now he's got to back. He has the cheese. Will he get to use it in time? He does barely at that. Now Manta with the echo follow up from Sang. Freaking Shin will get the job done. Kills him off. That's a dieback on your Viper. Everybody retreats now. And everybody barely surviving, though. Only for now. Burning. Shotgun comes out, trying to bring down Sang-Cheng. He does not want to die again. If he dies again, that's game. So he's just got to let them limp away. IG. I don't know if I'd call it a full-fledged throw-based kit, but this is starting to trend dangerously close with how good the game looked for them 3-4 minutes ago.
Yeah, the game looked all but secure after they got that Aegis, but
I don't think they got the memo. It is not 322 anymore. It is a nice round March 24th.
Okay, so what do we got left in 5X? We've actually had 6 used in the last a few minutes, so maybe just coming right in through the front door. They're like, well, there's still no Viper at the moment, so we're gonna push some creeps in mid and
same trick. Yeah, straight back to top lane. We've seen this before. The last time it was the Viper who died. IG are gonna look to jump quickly though. They smoke. Luo getting revealed, not going in. Okay, not jumping quickly, just watching. Now they go in. Twan with the initiation onto Rabbit. Insta gives the sniper, who does have 5x. Does he have a boots of travel to get back in the fight? He does. Well, did not mean to move the camera. Sorry about that. But they lose their Lion to start out. Burning, surviving for now, able to bring down another thanks to that shotgun. And now turning to fight, goes on to Sang Shang. June also falling. The sniper never TPs in. They're gonna lose 4 heroes in the end. He actually had BOTs. I think the creep he was TP'd on got killed. Or he canceled it of his own volition. But either way, Rabbit did not make it back in. And now, do we go back the other way? I'm not sure what this means, but Chuan's like, yeah, there's probably a hero somewhere in this vicinity. So we should probably scout the map out. Try to get some control up. Oh, man. This game.
I mean, he has to be somewhere.
And the funny part is he was not in that circle. He was actually like outside of it towards bottom, but I'm sure Chuan meant something different. It's just a funny drawing. Okay, 5 down mid. They know that there were 2 buyback Cs. There was a dieback on the Earthshaker. Well, not really a dieback, but he bought back earlier, so he doesn't have it. Queen of Pain doesn't have it. And actually, Silencer also bought back. I don't think I ever called that.
If they're keeping track, which they should be, then they should know that there is.
Even if they miss one or something, like you at least caught a couple, and you're like, okay, they have some heroes dead. All right, I guess it's IG's turn to take on lane of Brax, so maybe just the game flat out. They'll take the top lane with Burning. They may just swing bottom with 430 and. I feel like a pinball right now, and the machine is getting slapped around by the flippers. Well, IG are gonna play it safe this time. They will back off.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, just in the nick of time. And when the dust settles, they are up a lane of Brax. And I think by this point, Roche is coming soon. Yeah, 2 minutes until potential respawn. Within 5 minutes, the big boy will definitely be up.
They're still gonna kind of stick around on the Radiant side of the map. They want to see if anyone on Newbee is silly enough to just poke their head out a little bit too far farming. I mean, we saw exactly top lane what can happen when IG just coordinate the jump. There's nothing that you can do. We had Chuan jumping in, they dropped the finger, they dropped all of Puck's spells, they dropped the Mystic Flare, and just there was a sniper, and then he evaporated. So that's a big reason why we see this line pick so much.
We saw the Venge ban, and I would not say that Newbee should have picked Venge, because this Earthshaker has done insane work this game. But yeah, it is one of those late game situations where, like, man, if we had a Venge there, that would have been a lot easier to deal with. They do have some 4 steps, but it's just so quick. The damage is just that fast.
Yeah. Well, Newbee had a ward, but it's gone now, so no vision for any kind of potential initiation. And well, both teams know what the situation is right now. Mid lane is kind of dealing with itself. Top lane is going to be a constant source of pressure, so actually really nice for IG that they ended up grabbing the top lane as opposed to, say, bot. Bot would have been, in the grand scheme of things, bot is a lot more easy to control if you're in a standoff for Roshan. It's always this Radiant top lane that's going to get to you in terms of can we control the top lane and still present a real threat for Roshan. So I don't know if IG were necessarily planning for that, but it did work out really nicely for them.
Well, for now, they're gonna sit back, maybe wait for that next Roche to try and close out this game. For the time being, they're just farming up the Radiant jungle. June gonna force staff himself down to the low ground, as Newbee will back off for the time being.
The one thing to note is just Chuan he does not care if he dies on his Lion to trade his life for something more valuable. I mean, if you pull up the queue, the kills, death, assist, he is right down the bottom. He has 2 more deaths than anybody else in this game. But that's just his job. He just has to jump in, hex somebody who has a BKB, drop the finger, maybe he impales, maybe he earth spikes somebody else in value, and then that's it. But it's totally worth it for Chuan in every single engagement just to make that play. And IG straight into Roche. Who's gonna take the items here, actually?
Well, in terms of buybacks, the Viper... Oh, his just comes off cooldown now, so...
Okay, there we go.
I kind of like that. They have BOT buyback on 430. I think they have it on Bernie as well. So they have double BOT buyback on their cores. And now they've got an extra 2 lives on their supports. Well, I'm calling Luo a support. He's actually pretty farmed on the puck. But yeah, on their utility heroes, the Lion as well as the puck. And they may just go for the death push now, bottom lane. 5 heroes up. And ready to go. IG looks like they may have snatched the victory from the jaws of defeat here after the reverse almost happening. No, not ready. They want to push into other lanes first, just to make sure that should they lose this fight, it's as difficult as possible for Newbee to come back the other way. So they'll clear out the wave mid, they're going to swing towards top, and they're going to wait. In terms of buyback cooldowns, everybody who's got a cooldown, it's been resolved now, so there's no cooldowns coming soon for the Dire squad. In terms of farm, they have one on the puck in 200 gold. Maybe that's the one thing they're waiting for, but he is already sitting on a cheese, so they may just want to farm up a bit more and wait towards the end of the Sages to maximize their chances of it working out.
What are they gonna buy? So I think for Ferrari and Burning, like you said, it's probably just holding on to Travel's buyback at the moment. Faith's got quite a bit of gold, so he could consider snagging for something nice for himself. You know, he's been wandering around with just a couple of bracers this whole game. Has finally added, you know, Force Staff and Blink, but he can spend some gold.
Yeah, he certainly can. Newbee gonna just kind of wait for the push. At this point, it feels like they just
have no other play.
The execution, you know, they're in death row. Their execution hour is about to arrive, and just a matter of time before they get walked down the green mile to that chair. Maybe they can sprint a trap and break out, bust out of jail before that moment comes. Still no hurry from IG. They are perfectly content to farm after how close they came to throwing this game.
What are we waiting for?
I'm actually not sure. I mean, as far as the buybacks go, I guess they could try and farm buyback on. Let's see, who needs it on their team right now? Just the Lion. I guess they wanted 4 buybacks, so they have 4 buybacks. Aegis Cheese, double BOT buyback as well. Maybe triple with the puck. They're it's about as good as you get. Oh no, move! Seriously? Seriously, move! Oh.
It happens. You're calling.
I guess they're waiting for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I heard the Queen of Pain all. I'm like, okay, it's just clearing the wave, and then he screams it, and he's like jumped in to do it. Oh man, he was out really far. At this point of the game, you do not want to be leaving like that hill right there. Oh, they're gonna go in deeper. They jump onto Rabbit. BKB gonna come out before 30 lays into. He has his ult. Doesn't even need it. Gets the kill anyway. Sniper buyback. This could be the end here for Newbee in game number 1. Now Burning, or no, game number 2 rather. Burning duking it out. They're gonna back off a little bit though, and Sniper did fight back. IG on the retreat. They catch Birdie with the fissure. He has Satanic though. They gotta bring him down. Nice Force Staff to keep him alive. Well played by Faith, bailing out his buddy. And that will secure the retreat. Narrowly dodging that Queen of Pain ult, it looked like. Now Chuan, oh, he'll be trapped though. But this gives time for reinforcements to arrive. Luo's here, has a coil, never even used it in this fight. He's gonna go in the other way. Coil only onto June, but maybe that's all he needs. Now the Shiva's on 3. Move. Duking it out as everybody retreats and Burning. Well, we'll stop there to creep once.
Objectives.
Now he takes grabs. Tries to anyway. Remember, there are still BOT buyback. You're looking at a lot of buybacks here on the Dire side. 3 to be exact. They're going to use 1 on the puck to get back into it. Zhang Sheng going to go down. And this could be the end of time for Newbee in game number 2. Quapple will finish 430. Has the buyback. Are they going to use it? Or IG just going to cut their losses and walk away? It seems that's the choice. That's the call. Just back off. Abandoned ship, man. Abandoned ship. No, now he buys back. Okay. They are going to use 430's buyback. If they can kill Rabbit one more time, that's all she wrote. A good call from June, but a better chase from 430. We'll bring him down. We'll drive move back. We'll finish off Banana. It's 4 dead. None having buybacks. The lone survivor is Moo on that quap. The man who started the chain reaction top. And it will end with a 2-0 sweep for IG. I would hardly call it convincing after the way they almost threw this game, but they did bounce back nicely.
Yeah, I mean they took some risks that they probably knew that they were taking, and it just kind of so happened that Newbee punished them for it. And it seemed like they had a much better handle as well on what to do. I mean, I think you have to give IG a lot of credit. The early game went badly, but they shifted gears. They bought the Midases. They kept the focus.